My dear students of class 9, today I am going to post a new video for you from the chapter tissue. This topic is about the connective tissue. So watch the video. So students, here I am with you with a new topic for you class 9 from the chapter tissue. This is the second video from the chapter tissue. I will discuss here about connective tissue. Now connective tissue, the nature of the connective tissue is that it is the most abundant tissue and widely distributed tissue in the body of higher animals. Now these tissues generally help in binding, supporting and packaging of different organs of the body. Now what are the components of this tissue? The components of this tissue are intercellular medium, connective tissue cells and the fibers. Now the nature of the cell of this type of tissue. The nature of the cell of this type of tissues are generally they are living. Now they are very less in number. They lie apart from each other and the intercellular spaces between the cells of these tissues are filled with homogeneous matrix. So this is the nature of the cell of this type of tissues. Now let's have a look in the general functions of these tissues. Now there are several general functions of these connective tissues. Here I am going to describe only 5 type of general functions. First function, connects the different organs of our body as ligament and tendon. Second is, it supports the muscles in the form of endoskeleton made up of bone and cartilage. Third function, transport of materials in all parts of the body as blood and lymph. Fourth function, it provides immunity to the body by lymphocytes and macrophages which occur in the matrix of the connective tissue. And finally, the fifth function is it acts as a protective padding and packaging material as well as a protective sheath. So these are the functions of the general functions of the connective tissue. Now there are generally 5 types of connective tissues. They are namely the areolar tissue, the dense regular tissue, adipose tissue, skeletal tissues and fluid connective tissue. So let me discuss each and every one bit by bit. So first I am going to describe about the areolar tissue. So here I go with the areolar tissue, which is also known as loose connective tissue. Now what is the nature of this type of tissues? The tissues are loose, jelly-like matrix is present in this tissue. They are cellular in nature and contain fibers and protein which is called mucin. Now what are the 2 types of fiber in these areolar tissues? The fibers are white collagen fiber which gives strength and flexibility, while the yellow elastic fibers which provide the elasticity to these tissues. So these are the 2 types of fibers present in this tissue. Now let us look at the occurrences of this tissue. Where do this tissue occur in the body? Generally they join muscles and skin, they attach the blood vessels and nerves, and they are found in the areas between the surrounding tissues. They also fill the space inside the organs. So that's why it is also known as packaging tissue or packing tissue. Now look at the functions of the areolar tissue. Now what are the functions? The general functions are they attaches the skin to the adjoining muscle. They help in repair after the injury. This type of tissue act as the packaging between the organs in the body cavity and support them. The mast cell of the connective tissues are involved in the body allergic reaction, and finally it provides protective covering over nerves, muscles and blood vessels. So these are the functions of the areolar tissues. So there may be few more functions. So here I have described only 5 functions for you. So this is about areolar tissue or loose connective tissue. Next type of the connective tissue is dense regular connective tissue. So let's have a look to the dense regular connective tissue. Now the second type of connective tissue is the dense regular connective tissue. Dense regular connective tissue, The tissues are fibrous connective tissues. They are generally arranged in systematic and dense packaging of fibers and cell. So here the fibers are more than the cells in the matrix. Now this type of tissues are generally tendons and ligaments. Tendons connect bone to muscle while ligaments joins bones together. You can see here the figure. I have drawn here one figure showing the tendons. These are the tendon, the red color tendon which is attaching the muscle to the bone. This is the bone, while the blue color, these are the ligaments which attaches the bone to bone. So these are the generally functions of tendon and ligament, which are actually the dense regular tissue. Now let's have a difference between the tendon and the ligament. Now tendon are very tough and they are inelastic, that is they are not flexible, while ligaments are soft, strong and elastic. Next is tendons are made up of collagen, white collagen fiber, while the ligaments are made up of yellow elastic fiber but few white fibers. While in tendon, the number of yellow elastic fibers are totally absent. Now, how do they occur? In tendon, they occur in rows, while the ligaments are scattered in the matrix. And the function I already told you, the tendon connects the bone to muscle, while ligaments connect the bones together. Next type of connective tissue is the adipose tissue. So have a look. So the third type of connective tissue is adipose tissue. Now adipose tissue are composed of aggregated fat cells. These fat cells are called adipocytes cells or simply adipocytes. Now these adipocytes may be oval in shape, may be round in shape. Now these fat cells contain large fat droplets or large fat globules. Now due to this large fat globule present in the cytoplasm is confined in one end and the nucleus is in the periphery. Now based on the number of the fat cells present in the adipocyte cells, they may be named as white adipose tissue if the number of fat cell is only 1. You can see here there is a single large fat globule which is present in the cell. So this is white adipose tissue. If the number of fat cells are more than 1 and small in size, then it is called brown adipose tissue. So white adipose tissue contain a single large globular fat droplet, while the brown adipose tissue contain many small fat droplets. Now, where are these adipose tissues present? They are present beneath our skin, around the blood vessels and around the kidney. They are found in the covering of the heart and in between internal organs. Now, what are the functions of this adipose tissue? They store fat or body fat below the skin and acts as insulator. They also helps in controlling the body temperature. Now, you have read about whales. They have blubber which is rich in adipose tissues and help in preventing heat loss. Now, they act as shock absorber by forming a cushion around the body organ. For example, fat layer around the kidney and eyeball, they help in absorbing shock by forming cushion. Third function is it acts as a storage tissue by storing fat. For example, in the hump of camel. Hump of camel is composed of adipose tissue in cluster or groups. And fourth function is it provides shape to the body parts. So these are the functions of the adipose tissue. The next type of connective tissue is the skeletal tissue. So have a look. So the fourth type of tissue is skeletal tissue. It is the fourth type of connective tissue which is also known as supporting connective tissue. Now these skeletal tissues are divided into two types, bones and cartilages. Now what is the nature of the bone? The bone is strong, non-flexible, compact, porous, highly vascular, hard and rigid. Now the bone cells are called osteoblast in the immature condition. and when they become mature, they are called osteocytes. Now the bone tissues are covered by a sheath. You can see here I have drawn the bone tissue which is covered by a sheath. Now what is this sheath known as? The sheath is known as periosteum. Now the cells of the bone tissues, they are generally in the immature form called osteoblast that get embedded in the matrix. The matrix is calcified in nature, highly calcified, having calcium, and these bone cells or osteoblasts, after embedding in the matrix, they form osteocytes or the mature bone cells. Now here I will describe you how this mammalian compact bone is formed. Now the matrix of the osteocytes, they are arranged in concentric rings. Now these concentric rings are called lamellae. So matrix and the osteocytes arranged in the concentric ring, they are called lamellae. So this lamellae, in between the lamellae, the matrix possesses some spaces. So in between lamellae, the matrix has some spaces. This space is called lacunae. Okay. Now, so this each lacunae again has number of fine canals which are known as canaliculi. Now these canaliculi have cytoplasmic processes of the osteocytes. So this is the structure of the arrangement of the bone cells. So here you can see the diagram which describes the outer sheath called periosteum, the Harvesian canal, the canal which are large number of canaliculi are there, and the osteocyte cells. Okay, now this Harvesian canal, in long bones of the mammals, the lamellae are arranged around a Harvesian canal. So around the Harvesian canal, the lamellae are arranged in long bones of the mammal. Now it contains blood vessels, nerves, lymphatic canals. Now Harvesian canal along with the lacunae and osteocytes together known as Harvesian system. Now many bones have cavities having an internal soft connective tissue which is called red bone marrow. I hope you have heard about bone marrow. Now let us look at the function of the bones. Now let us look the function of bones. Bones provide shape and support to the body, helps in movement and locomotion, protects our internal organs. The blood cells are formed in the red bone marrow, and bone act as a reservoir of calcium and phosphorus. So these are the important functions of bone. Now let's look about cartilage, the second type of skeletal tissue or supporting connective tissue. Now cartilage, the cells of the cartilage are known as chondrocytes or chondroblast cells. Now generally they are similar to bone in hardness, but they are more flexible than bones. Now what is the composition of the matrix of the cartilages? Cartilages are composed of sugar and protein complex known as chondrine. Now the outer covering of the cartilage is known as perichondrium. Now these cartilages, they lack blood vessels and nerves. Now what are the occurrences of the cartilage in our body? Cartilages are present in our ear pinna, nose tip, epiglottis, larynx, trachea, intervertebral disc and the tip of several bones. So this is about cartilage. Now chondrocytes or the bones, cartilage cells, they are widely spaced and they are surrounded by fluid filled chambers called lacunae. So this is about cartilage. So let's look at the function of the cartilage. Now let's have a look on the functions of cartilage. Cartilage provides support and flexibility to the body parts. The intervertebral disc is made up of cartilage and acts as cushion against stress. It prevents the bone tips from frictional wear and tear. So these are the functions of cartilage. Now have a look on the differences between the bone and the cartilage. Now as we know, bones are rigid, hard and porous, while cartilages are soft, flexible and non-porous. The second point of difference among bone and cartilage are bone cells occur singly while the cells in the cartilage occur singly in twos or in fours. Here you can see the figure I have drawn. The cells of the cartilage may occur singly or in twos or fours. Next come the matrix. The matrix of the bone is composed of osin while the cartilage matrix is made up of chondrine. These are the type of proteins. Now let's have a look to the last type of connective tissue, that is fluid connective tissue, that is blood and lymph. So the fifth type of connective tissue is the fluid connective tissue, that is mainly of two types, blood and lymph. First let us have a look about the blood. Now the blood is fluid in nature, red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin. It is slightly alkaline, having the pH of 7.4. Blood is composed of two main things, blood plasma and blood cells or blood corpuscles. Now the blood plasma is composed of 90 to 92% of water, 8 to 10% of organic and inorganic substances, proteins like albumin, globulin and fibrinogen, amino acids, glucose and the anticoagulant called heparin. There are some electrolytes present in the blood too. Now the functions of albumin is albumin maintains the osmotic pressure of the blood, while the globulin, which forms the gamma globulin or immunoglobulin that act as antibodies, and the fibrinogen helps in the formation of clot during injury. Now let's have the look on the various type of blood cells. The various type of blood cells are RBC, WBC and platelets. RBC contain a red pigment called hemoglobin that helps in the transport of respiratory gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. WBC is again classified into two types, phagocytes and immunocytes. Phagocytes help with defense, which is further divided into granulocytes and agranulocytes depending on the presence or absence of granules in the cytoplasm of the cell. Granulocytes are further divided into eosinophil, basophil and neutrophil, while agranulocytes are further divided into monocyte and lymphocyte. Now platelets. Platelets help in formation of clot during injury or any type of cut. Now the RBC has a lifespan of 120 days. It is produced in the bone marrow and destroyed in the spleen. Now WBC, they are large sized cells which are generally rounded in nature or amoeboid in nature. They are colorless because they do not have any pigment like the RBC have. The nucleus is present in the RBC and they are produced in the bone marrow, spleen, thymus gland as well as lymph node. The lifespan of WBC is 4 to 8 days. So these are the contents about the WBC. Now next is platelet that I told you. Platelet is also known as thrombocyte. This is a non-nucleated cell which is very small, oval and rounded. It is also colorless cell and helps in the formation of clot. Next, have a look on the functions of blood. Blood is a very important fluid connective tissue in our body that transport nutrient, hormones from one part of the body to the other. It also transports metabolic waste from the tissue to the liver and kidney. Now the next difference is, the next point of functions is the RBC. RBC help in the transportation of respiratory gases from lungs to tissues. Next, the blood regulates body temperature, that is called thermoregulation. It also regulates water balance and maintain the pH of the body. The RBC carries oxygen to the tissues for oxidation of food. The clotting factor present in the platelet helps in the clotting of blood during the injury. And WBC, which is a very important corpuscle that fight against foreign bodies or the production of antibodies. So these are the functions of the blood. Now let's have a look on the next type of connective tissue, that is lymph. The next type of fluid connective tissue is lymph. The nature is pale yellow in color. It is composed of plasma and WBC generally. lymphocyte. It lacks RBC and blood platelets. It occurs in the intercellular spaces and functions to provide immunity, transport of nutrient from tissues to the blood, and also it keeps the blood, body tissues and organs moist. Now, what are the differences between blood and lymph? Now, blood is opaque in color while the lymph is transparent. Blood consists of plasma and corpuscles such as WBC, RBC and platelet, while lymph is made up of plasma and WBC only. Now, blood flows inside the artery, veins and capillaries, while lymph flows inside the lymph channels and lymph capillaries. The last point of difference is blood transport gases and waste, while lymph act as a middleman between the tissue and the blood. So this is about the topic. So my dear students, hope you understood the topic of the connective tissue. The remaining two parts are left, that are the muscular tissue and the nervous tissue, that will be posted in the upcoming videos. For that you have to stay tuned with my channel, you have to subscribe my channel, and if you like the videos then you have to share it more and more with your friends so that everybody will get benefited. Thanks for watching.